Okay, we're going to talk about Meta's opportunity score. What is it? What does it mean for you? Should you care about it? Let's get into it. Okay, so where can you find the opportunity score? So this is my demo account. If you scroll to the top left, you can see this icon on the top. It's the account overview. So once you go to the account overview, it's at the top. And this account isn't live, not much data in the last week. But this is where your score would show depending on the campaign setup you have, how much you're spending, and whether you're following all of Meta's recommendations. You can even set up like automatic adjustments, but this is just where you find it. Let's look at now what it actually means. Okay, so these slides were from the Meta Performance Summit, but basically what they want you to do is really lean into the AI and the automation. So the three pieces they were talking about were the performance scorecard, the opportunity score, and then leaning into all the Advantage Plus or ASC products. Unfortunately, for the performance scorecard, you can only get it if you have a dedicated Meta rep. But I made another video on my channel about breaking down what the scorecard is and what they deem to be the best practices for each category. So go watch that. But let's look at what the opportunity score is. So it's basically a meta ranking system for a score that helps you get the most out of your campaigns based on proven experimentation that they've done. So there's two elements. One is obviously the score from 0 to 100. So the closer you are to 100 is better. It depends. The closer you are to 100 means they're more optimized according to their best practices. And then there's also a recommendation tool, which shows you how many points you can earn by applying certain recommendations. So you can actually go onto the account overview section and then see what your current score is and then what you need to implement to increase the score. A lot of times it's just like combining campaigns, reducing like ad set fragmentation, turning on all the AI enhancements, adding a variety of creative between video, static, carousel. So a lot of times it's like basic stuff, but sometimes they have like good insights, which you may not have thought about. And yeah, is that it's backed by actual experiments that Meta's done on its entire data set. It's personalized, so each account would be different. I have some accounts, where the score is like 40 or 50, somewhere like 80, 90, some 100. It's also like always changing depending on how often you're launching new campaigns. And yeah, what's cool is the recommendations are prioritized on what it thinks is the highest impact, which is good. So it's not just always fluff. So you get a score before the campaign's created, during, as well as after. It's always on. I haven't found that to be super useful, but it's just good to know that you can always check the score anytime at the start or after the campaign launch. And then, yeah, so, once you have the opportunity score looked at, then the next step is to make sure that you're taking advantage of all the Advantage Plus AI-enabled solutions. They have every few weeks now, they're like adding new updates using like Advantage Plus. So I saw recently there's like Advantage Plus budgets now at the ad set level, all of the attribution settings, the audiences, the creatives. So they're really trying to remove too much manual playing around with systems. So I think especially if your budgets are low, you don't have a super complicated funnel, you really need to lean in to all the AI tools to just get better performance. So that's the next thing. And yeah, this performance scorecard is basically, I don't think you can get it unless you have a rep, but yeah, it's helpful just to know what the Meta thinks is the best practices for different categories. And then they also tell you where your account is. So if you have access to one, reach out to them and let them know. But yeah, watch my other video on what the scorecard metrics are. So last thing, it doesn't mean that if your score is 100, the performance is going to be amazing. One or two accounts where the score is 90 or 100, but the performance isn't that great. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. If you have been struggling for a few weeks and you're not sure what to do, like just take a look at that. And if the score is low, or like even if the score is not super low, you can look at the recommendations that they have and try to implement a few of them for some of the campaigns, not for all, and just see if your performance improves. But yeah, I'm just trying to lean into all the AI stuff that Meta's throwing out there, hoping a few of them stick and help the account improve.